Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, how you like these graphics? How do you like this set? How do you like that name? Eric Deters for Kentucky and America. Americans fighting for America. I like that. Remember, you can't spell America without Eric. Well, let's get right to the national news. House budget vote last night. The Republicans stuck together. Democrats were coming long and far. One had a knee replacement. One just had a baby. They were nursing on the House floor. They had to get there to try to stop Trump. The Republicans only lost one vote on the House to pass this budget. Thomas Massie. He's such a jackwagon. All right, Kash Patel. And this is very, very interesting. He is going after James Comey for what the FBI did in the transition between Trump and Obama and the spying on him. Kash Patel was also sworn in yesterday as the head of the ATF. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Makes sense to me. Offshore oil drilling. 3 Democrats, 2 from Nevada, and 1 from Colorado joined the Republicans to support more offshore oil drilling bill. The Fed has announced that in June they expect to decrease interest rates. Trump's been calling for that. And the funding of the anti-Doge groups, Soros and company, they are wasting their time. Can you imagine a group of people complaining about our government not wasting money? VA disability claims under Tom Collins have been expedited. They're moving, they're processing like never before. And speaking of that, Collins also cut $2 billion in contracts. All right, and Senator Grassley has opened up an investigation on United Healthcare. I am going to be writing Senator Grassley about opening up an investigation on medical protective. I will also be doing the same with Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, anybody and everybody I can think of. All right, Paramount and CBS and Trump are going to get a mediator to try to resolve his lawsuit. I think he might get $1 billion. GameStop says woke killed their stores. Isn't that sad? Sad, sad. Corporations could not stand up to woke. Sad. The teachers union, can't make this up. They filed a lawsuit. They don't want their cuts. Yeah, right. IRS contractor leaked 400,000 tax returns. I wonder if mine was one. 1 million responses so far for Doge. I wonder if there's going to be 1 million more. We'll see. Trump is advocating a gold card. I didn't know that they did this, but you can pay more money, like the green card, a gold card. If you've got $5 million and you're outside the United States and you want to come, the idea is to get people with money to come in and invest that money. Makes sense to me. It sounds a little bad, but it makes sense to me. What else do we have? Pricing on healthcare. Trump signed an executive order, more transparency. I think I got an ally against medical protective with Donald Trump. You don't like Warren Buffett anyway, right? Kat Tempf, she is a Gutfeld co-host. She's one of his gang. She just had a baby, and during having the baby, like right before she had her baby, she found out she had breast cancer. She claims it's caught early and everything's going to be okay. She's funny. Forever 21 is closing all their stores. Sad. Another casualty of the Biden administration. And the Doge head. It isn't going to be actually Elon Musk. It's going to be one of his lieutenants, Amy Gleason. And right as we're here right now, there's a cabinet meeting going on, and Elon Musk is there updating them all on their efforts. The IRS pick that Trump made a former Missouri congressman is his IRS pick. It's kind of been tied up. I need to talk to him. Illegals. Food stamps. Doesn't go together, does it? You know, why incentivize illegal aliens? Makes sense to me to cut that off. Trump is like 20 points up on the mainstream media in popularity. Noam says she found the leakers and they're being fired from the Homeland Security. Zelensky's coming to White House to meet Donald Trump on Friday. I expect an announcement, I bet, of a deal. Do you realize if Trump gets the United States access and use of all those minerals and all those elements, that all we've spent in Ukraine will be worth it? How come Joe Biden didn't think of that? Because he didn't care. Trump has answered 1,000 questions so far in his presidency. 7 times Biden at this point. I'm shocked it's only that amount. Texas arrested 90 drug-dealing cartel members yesterday. Good for them. Trump, White House tour, started back by Melania. Donald Trump came out and said hi to the group yesterday. It's a nice little video. We posted it. Hegseth flew down to Gitmo yesterday. Laura Ingraham was with him to see old Gitmo. I think Gitmo is going to get activated. BP says they're done with all the climate woke stuff. Imagine that. Daniel Driscoll was sworn in as the new Army Secretary. And Michael Moore says all these illegal aliens we're deporting are the ones that would probably cure cancer. I don't think so, Michael. Colorado, $8 million sent to Medicaid to dead people. Crenshaw, apparently Congressman Crenshaw, was on a hot mic, apparently said he'd kill Tucker Carlson. Tucker gave him a headrest. I'm sure this was the heat of the moment. I expect an apology from Crenshaw. Lara Trump show over the weekend on Fox drew 2.5 million people. Great start for Lara Trump. The Bank of America cannot make it up. You ready for this? They're getting rid of their woke stuff too. Rachel Maddow is so upset because all of her sidekicks, all her support group are getting canned as well. And by the way, she gave this speech about Joy Reid, how much she learned. And Lester Holt announced yesterday he is going to be leaving the NBC Nightly News. Now we turn to local news. $1,000 is what a prisoner who didn't get the prisoner handbook in Ohio, the Supreme Court says, is the value. I didn't get a prisoner handbook when I was in Hamilton County Justice Center for 8 days for contempt. I want my handbook. Thomas Massie, what a jerkwad. This guy is the only Republican that votes against Trump all day long. I want you to know that I got a candidate that could beat him, but we got to get the Trump endorsement. Trump endorses. Thomas Massie is an egomaniac to think his seat is safe. Is it a comfortable seat? Hell yeah. But in a Republican primary, if Trump endorsed an opponent and those people came out to vote, Massie would lose. Housing law in Kentucky. They're passing a law that planning and zoning cannot change residential zones to multifamily. Makes no sense to me at all. Reformulated gas. The legislature's going after that. That does make sense to me. And they're going after junk food and food stamps. I'm sorry, I think different about this. They say they don't want junk food to be part of food stamps. Here's my argument against that. One, where do you draw the line on what's junk food and what's not? Number two, really? These poor people that are on food stamps, they need their comfort food as well. And I just think it's over-policing it. And the Nazis in Hamilton County, the Hamilton County Commissioner says, we don't want to do anything to encourage the Nazis. They've given the Nazis more free advertisement than they could ever dream of. They don't follow my advice. Ignore the Nazis. Nobody else cares about them. Organized retail crime. Russell Coleman is one of the many attorney generals who are saying, hey, Congress, we need to do something about organized retail crime. And somebody was busted with a bunch of counterfeit cash in Kentucky. I got to ask you a question. If you had a counterfeit machine and they look pretty good, wouldn't you be tempted to try it? All right, Erlanger, an all-female fire department house. Makes sense to me. If you were married to a female firefighter, would you want her bunking with the male firefighters? Hell no. We know how those guys are. And now we turn to world news. Poland scrambled jets when Russia was bombing Ukraine. That's interesting. And this is a great story. A British tourist has been banned from Rome because he jumped into the Trevi Fountain. By the way, when I was 13 years old, I threw a coin in the Trevi Fountain. As you can see, it is beautiful. All right, let's go to Sports Without Boundaries. UK and Oklahoma play tonight, and guess what? Jackson Robinson and Lamont Butler are going to be back. Gronk is thinking about coming out of retirement. Donald Trump has invited the Philadelphia Eagles to come to the White House. And this was big if you're a Bengals fan. Tobin, the player development guy for the Bengals, says Jamar Chase will be the highest paid non-quarterback. And they want to sign T. Higgins. There you go. Taurasi, she, won 3 college championships at Connecticut. She won 3 WNBA championships. She won some European championships. And she won 6 gold medals. One of the Mount Rushmore of the WNBA. She's retiring. UC 69, Baylor 67. And I usually don't report all the NBA scores, but this one's worthy. Lakers 107, Mavs 99. This, of course, is Doncic Luka playing his old team. He had lots of points, 18 rebounds, double digits assists. He had a triple-double. Now the best part of the show, the funny part, pop culture. You can't make this up. Apparently, NASA kept from us that there's a 2032 asteroid, 20% chance to hit us. Come on, Elon, save us. 7 planets are going to be aligned. You can start viewing it, I think, tonight, Thursday, Friday. 7 planets align. It's going to be rare. And I put this under pop culture. You ready for this? Arby's. My wife calls it rubber band meat. I like Arby's. They're bringing back potato cakes. Another reason to go to Arby's. 2 sad stories. Roberta Flack, who did that great song, Killing Me Softly, passed away. And Robert John, Sad Eyes, one of the most syrupy songs of the 70s, also passed away. Reacher, the new Reacher's out. I binged it last night. It's great. Reacher shows a lot of muscles. And the Oscars is this weekend. We'll see what happens. We have no history today, but we do have a Shakespearean insult, which is, do not be a ruddish, logger-headed mumble news. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope today is yours.